Hello, my name is Stephanie Seligman. I'm a first-year human rights student, hopefully going to be accepted into the Humanitarian Assistance Certificate Program, and my concentrations are in Latin American Studies, Health, and Development. Okay. I chose this degree program because as an undergrad I knew that I wanted to go into human rights, but in the U.S. there are very limited programs. As soon as I found DU's program, specifically at Korbel, I requested more information, and I was just really impressed with the communication from Korbel admissions from the very moment I requested information, and everything just kind of spiraled from there. I just really liked the program. I liked having a good amount of structure and flexibility. Having a good marriage of those two things was very important to me. And also the faculty I was very impressed by. I'm interested in the UN. Donnelly is a big name in human rights, and there are a lot of professors who have done work under the UN or as an independent expert coming in, being a consultant. So just a combination of the structure of the program, my impression of the organization of the program via the communications, and also, the professors.
Awesome.
At first, I aimed to take 3 5-credit courses, which is 15 credits. I've done a couple weird things. One quarter, I took 2 5-credit courses, a 2-credit and a 3-credit. So it was technically 4 classes, but still 15 credits. This quarter, I'm taking 2 5 credits and 2 3 credits. And each of the 3 credits are 6 weeks long. So again, technically 4 classes, but this time we're looking at 16 credits. So I like to mix it up a little. To tell you the truth, I look more at the classes that I want, and if it's 9 a.m., I'll suck it up and I'll have some caffeine and I'll make sure I am there and, ready to go. Usually I prefer the, I like 6 to 9, which people think is weird. Sometimes 9 a.m. I'm like not quite functioning yet, so maybe I'm not as awake and ready to participate. There are barely any classes at noon, but I did have one, and I actually like that time the best, but most of those courses are for PhD students, and there's just not many offered at that time. But to say the truth, if I get in the classes I want, I just make it work, whatever day, whatever time. For a typical human rights course, sometimes that depends on the professor. Diplomatically, I'd say a couple hundred pages a week. I'm taking into account maybe taking like 1 or 2 human rights courses, so maybe that's split between 2. Again, it depends on the professor, but because you only have 1 class per week for 3 hours, I find it reasonable. It's not like undergrad where you would class every day in the semester system. So, sounds like a lot, but it's doable. Just manage your time. Favorite project or paper topic? Well, last quarter, I was in Health and Humanitarian Aid with Kiara Lepora. Big fan, and we had to plan health interventions, look at the budget, look at all of those logistics. It was a really big project, but I worked with 2 other wonderful girls, and we did a water and partially sanitation intervention in the Sundarban Islands of India during Cyclone Isla, which hit, I want to say 2009, and it was just really fun. We planned this whole desalination process, and we were going to build wells and groundwater tanks to collect water. We made up our own organization called RRS, which was all of our first name initials. It was just a lot of fun. I think it gave me some real-world practical experience, and me and the 2 other girls, we're ready to go. We're ready to go and implement the intervention in the Sundarban Islands. So it was just really great, just feeling like a real grown-up doing these things. That's a fantastic question. Well, I'm glad I still have another year to think this over. Hopefully either get a job, fingers crossed, or there's a lot of cool programs that are a year-long, fellowships and such. Doing my internship search for this summer, I came across a lot of those, so I've been kind of saving the links and those organizations to apply for a program where maybe I get to spend a year working in Latin America. So either an actual job or a year-long program like that, and yeah, just getting the career path started. I would say, one, since most of us are coming from a semester system, just be aware that you have to stay on top of your game for the quarter system. I mean, for me, my first quarter here, it was fast, but just going in, having been warned by a second year here, Joanna, big fan also. She just warned, just stay on top of your stuff. There's not a lot of time to really, really think about paper topics and spend a long time relishing that process. You just have to get in, make your decisions, start your research, do your reading. Also, I would tell students to really take advantage of the resources here, and by that I mean Student Affairs, especially Susan Rivera, a name that many prospective students have probably heard. And heed that advice. Go make friends with Susan. She's amazing. I don't know how she does everything she does in 24 hours in each day. And I would also say, Korbel Admissions is there, the Professional and Career Services Center, and also your professors, because they've been out, they've been doing this stuff or studying it for years and writing about it. So just take advantage of that. Student groups. There's a lot of different ways outside the classroom to be engaged, and I'd say you need to take advantage of that. It's part of the experience.